And we are now joined by LA Galaxy head coach Greg Vanney. If you have a question for Greg, please raise your hand. We'll start off with questions with Chase Gasper. Go ahead, Josh.
Recording in progress.
Hey, Greg, can you hear me there?
Yep, good, Josh. Oh, sorry.
Yep,
Can hear you. Yep, we're good.
Okay. All right, good deal. I wanted to get an update on Victor Vasquez to start with.
Victor was out on the field yesterday. Still felt not having pain, but still doesn't feel like, I don't know the best way to say it, doesn't feel quite right yet. So we took a step back today just to reassess, and then hopefully can take some more steps forward. So don't know what that's going to mean for this weekend yet, but he's not there. We'll hopefully be building him into these upcoming games. So.
And then looking ahead to Austin, it seems like maybe the heat is going to certainly be an issue for you guys. I think it's supposed to be about 101 around there at some point, so maybe it'll get a little cooler by kickoff time, that type of thing. But what do you expect from Austin, who seems to have a pretty powerful offense so far in this early season?
Yeah, they're a solid team who they know what they're trying to do. They actually have, in my opinion, a lot of similarities to us in terms of their game model and the way they want to play. So there's things that are pretty familiar for our guys. It's just a matter of how you want to deal with it and manage the situation, like you said, whether that's the heat or whatever the case may be. It's managing them, but we've got to certainly find the right way to take away some of their attacking speed when they're able to get their numbers going in the right direction. We got to be able to get good pressure to the ball. They do a good job of opening you up on the back end because they keep their wingers wide, and their two central midfielders in the attacking spaces are aggressive. Rudy's a runner, so he can stretch the line. So they just have some aggressive movement in the front half of their attack, which forces you to make some decisions and make some tough plays. So we got to be able to manage that, and we as a group are we played the last couple of games, which I felt have been pretty slow, just because the opposition has had a lot of numbers between in their half of the field and protecting their goal, and we kind of got sucked into not playing fast enough and not building speed in our attacks, and things were too slow and we weren't getting behind, and our attacks kind of got bogged down. So it's just an interesting one because it's an opportunity where I think they won't be back in their half of the field just sitting back. It'll be a little more of an open game, which there should be more space, and like I said, both teams have similar concepts and what they're trying to do, so it makes for a really interesting matchup, and so I think we look forward to it. It's a good challenge for us.
And then I know newly acquired left back Chase Gasper. What did you see in Chase, and how long of a process was this? Is this something that happened in a short period of time, or have you guys been working on this for a while?
Well, it's something we've been assessing. Part of that is just off of Jorge's progress and whether he was going to what his availability would be for us, and when we felt he may or may not get back from his injury situation. So we've been monitoring some options in that, just in case Jorge's progress wasn't what he and we had all hoped. That seems to be that's the case, and so we were monitoring guys, Chase being one of the top of that list, and we found the opportunity to get that deal done. So we're excited about it. He gives us again another guy that is a starting caliber left back, who is for me just a traditional, good, strong, solid left back, good on the ball, good passer, good defender. Has been a part of a winning team over the last couple of years, so he knows what it's like to compete to get to the playoffs. And he gives us some versatility. That means at times I could push Raw a little higher if we want to and bring Chase in. It gives us some different options within our group to give different looks and use guys in slightly different ways from time to time.
Thanks, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
Next we'll go to Damien. Hello.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, Damien.
Looking at the group the last 2 or 3 weeks here, without Victor, that seems to be, a big key, a big ingredient to getting things sort of unlocked here offensively. Do you expect him back anytime this month, and how do you sort of handle, like a 6 or 7 game month stretch coming up here?
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, we expect Victor to get back. I mean, he was moving in the right direction. It's not that he had a re-injury; it just something it feels a little off with some of his movements, and so we're just trying to assess and correct some of that so that he feels the freedom that he needs to feel. I think it's an astute attention. What Victor has is there's such an attention to detail in every pass that Victor makes, and he's always setting up the next guy for their next action. And that's something an attention to detail that our guys need to get a better grasp of in the attack. With Ephra and all his quality and with Kevin and with some of the guys, I find that our second to last pass, our last pass sometimes doesn't come with enough detail or attention to it to lead that final action to a little more clarity, a little bit, and leads that player to a little bit more of a successful position where Victor is like I said, Victor has 3 plays mapped out ahead of when he gets the ball. And so he's already thought about what he's going to do, what the next guy's going to do, and how that next guy is going to finish the action. And so it's that level of detail that we're trying to develop in the rest of our guys that Victor kind of has because of his experience and who he is as a player. But I think we've lacked some of that. I think that's also what has slowed us down a little bit in some of these last couple of games where we're playing the final pass or second to last pass at people's feet instead of leading them into the space, which if you play at people's feet, they have to take a touch. It slows down the game. It doesn't create clarity for the next runner. There's a lot of things there that don't happen when we don't put the right attention to detail on some of these passes. And so that's something that Victor brings for our group. And it's something that we're pointing out and trying to teach all of our guys to continue to be attentive to through these actions.
And then your Sundays and your Tuesday or Wednesday with the Open Cup, and then the following Sunday, I believe.
Yeah, we're tight. Yeah, we're tight. We're 3 games in 6 days, I think it is this week. Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, and then we're back. We're at it again. So again, we're just trying to keep everybody healthy, get our rotations in. We'll be able to call up a couple players for the Open Cup matches. We can add a couple of guys here or there, which we might do as we come into this next Wednesday match. So we're going to make use of everybody, and everybody needs to be ready. And we play it 1 game at a time, but we always have a kind of an idea of what we want, what we see the forecast being for the next game. But we're gonna play this to get 1 result at a time.
And any update on Sega? Is he cleared, ready to?
Yeah, Sega's good. He was ill, and it took a couple days, and now the last couple of days just been getting his energy levels back. He looked fine and looked good today, so he's back into the mix.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Next one is Scott French.
Hi, Greg. In pursuing Chase, how important was it for you to get a sense of where he was at coming out of Cliffside, and what did you find? In what ways do you think that he's advanced from that experience?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important for him to talk about that situation and his experience and all that, and I think he seems open and will do so. For Chase, it was speaking with Chase, but also just a lot of people that know Chase and that are around Chase and his different support systems that he has to get a good understanding of him and where he was at and some of that process as well. We feel very confident in the young man. I mean, everybody spoke glowing of him, and so I think again, sometimes in life you have challenges, and how you meet them and how you deal with them are also a true indicator of your character. And everybody who we spoke to was impressed with Chase's approach, and they were sort of celebrating in some ways his bravery to step forward and recognize that there was something that he emotionally wanted to deal with, and that's a positive thing. So we're pleased. I'm happy. I've watched Chase and played and had our teams play against him for years. I've always thought he's a really strong left back in our league, a guy who can play all the time, and we want to create an environment where he feels great, feels comfortable, and he's getting better, and it's been great getting to know him a little bit more over the last 12 12 hours. He arrived about 1 a.m. last night, and he was into training today. So we put him right into the mixer, and it was good to see him out there. So, but we're pleased with everything. Again, all of our information with him and our conversations with him.
Do you expect him to be available in Austin?
He'll be available. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you, Greg.
Yep. Thank you.
Sorry, next we'll go to Alex.
Hi, good afternoon, Greg. Can you hear me?
Can hear you, Alex. Yeah.
Just curious to know, so far with Kevin Cabral this season, we've seen similar trends from his past season where it just seems to be a struggle in the final third. What have you or the coaching staff talked to him about to kind of rebuild his confidence and be confident in the final third?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's we want to keep encouraging the movements that he's making and the running that he's doing, and don't want him to shy away from putting himself in those situations. At some point, those things are going to start to fall. You just need a couple to get your confidence rolling. So one is just to keep encouraging him because his movement is very good. He gets into really good spots. He impacts the defending team. And for us, we're trying to put him in those situations as much as possible in training to give him some repetition, trying to adapt sometimes maybe his thought process in the final action. There's some things that as we sat down and talked to him that he's prioritizing in his mind that maybe aren't as important as what he should be prioritizing in the moment. What he's looking at, what he's focusing on, what is his decision-making process when he gets into that, what technique is he choosing in that moment, is it the best one? And so we're just, again, trying to dissect some of that stuff to see, to help him and try to guide him to the right place. The one thing I want from him is to be aggressive and when he's in these finishing positions, crossing positions, to go at it with strength and force and not overthink things. But at the same time, we're just trying to make sure that he's reading the right information and he's making some of the right choices in the final action. That's been interesting to get into those conversations with him, and now just trying to adapt his habits a little bit.
Thank you, Greg.
Yep.
And lastly, we'll close it out with Michelle.
Hello, Coach. Hi, Michelle from Telemundo Austin. So Austin FC has made it very difficult for visiting teams to play at Q2, still undefeated at home. How does LA Galaxy try to interrupt that streak this Sunday?
Yeah, they again, as I said earlier, they're a good team. They move well together. That's something that I think has helped them in terms of the defending side. You can see that they're committed. They move together. They don't give up a lot of spaces in between their lines. If you break them, they're pretty quick to recover. So again, for us, it's finding the right tempo. It's the ball's got to move quick. When we do create time advantages, we've got to take advantage of them, and we've got to build speed, and we've got to be more direct in our final actions. We can't allow them to, when we break them or get between their lines, just recover and get behind the ball. We've got to make their defense make decisions. We've got to get runners running through the box, through the line. So again, there's no secret formula to Austin than anyone else. It's the game is the game. You got to play at the right tempo. You've got to get the right movements off of each other, and you got to execute in the moments when you put yourself in good positions. And for us, it's that. And then B, we've got to take away some of their strengths because they're a very strong attacking team and very committed again in their offensive movements, very clear about what they're trying to do. So for us is to try to disrupt their game from an attacking standpoint and create difficulty for them. Again, it's an exciting game for us because, again, I think it's a very confident team. We're comfortable and good with where we're at, but I want us to build some more speed, and maybe this game gives us an opportunity to do that because it won't be played in 45 yards or 50 yards of space. It's going to be a little more open and a little bit more up and down.
Can you tell? So the team from Wilkwood, he's told me they thrive off of the energy of the fans. Can you tell me a little bit about your experience when you did come last time and how you see the fans here in Austin FC?
Yeah, again, great fan base. It's new and the team is scoring goals and they're fun to watch, but it's new, it's exciting. They're invigorated by having this new franchise and all the possibilities that come with that. So they're very much behind their group. And you feel that when you're in the stadium, right? There's an energy and a buzz that's there, which the team feeds off of. again, for any visiting team, and us in particular, is to try to take those moments that get the crowd excited out of it. If we can have some possession and control some of the game with the ball, that takes the fans a little bit, takes some of the energy out of it. But they're there. They're there to support that team. Like I said, it's a new franchise, and a lot of that the glitz of and glamour of being a new franchise is still very much there. And this year they've rewarded them with some great home games and some goals that have kept that energy up. So we've got for us, the energy doesn't change the game. We need to be we just need to be smart on how we deal with Austin.
And then last one, Sebastian Triusi was named the Player of the Month. He's Austin FC's forward. Any thoughts on him and how you try to manage him?
Yeah, he's a very good player, clever about, again, getting into positions, and he gets himself organized quickly. He's looking to take the game forward. He's clever at reading sort of what areas are going to be available to him and how to play off his teammates, but also he's, like I said, he organizes his body and he's looking to attack. So he rarely slows the game down. He's trying to take the game to a new speed, and we've got to be attentive to where he's at. We've got to try to, again, decrease the amount of times he can face forward and find his teammates or get his movements going forward. He's part of the formula that we got to try to find to slow down their opposition and their attack. But he's certainly a guy who is a catalyst to a lot of those actions. So understanding how we want to deal with not just him, but deal with the positions that he likes to take up is an important part of our thought process.
Hey, Coach. Good luck. See you Sunday.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg.
Okay. Take care, everyone.
Okay, how you doing? And hello, Chase. We are joined by Chase Gasper. Welcome to LA. We'll start off. Your question for Chase, please raise your hand. We'll start off with Scott French. Go ahead, Scott.
Hi, Chase. I got two questions for you. First off, you spent some time in Los Angeles. You were at UCLA for a spell there. Is this? Do you consider this a second home? Is this someplace that you come back feeling familiar with?
Yeah, definitely. I spent 3 great years at UCLA, made a lot of friends, and spent a lot of great time here. So I know the area well. I know how the rich soccer history of this area, and I know Galaxy's foothold in this city and how prominent it is to the city. So I'm super excited to be here, really grateful, and looking forward to getting integrated into the team.
And coming out of Cliffside, in which ways do you feel that that it's really helped you? Where do you feel like you're at the moment?
Yeah, it's helped me immensely. I mean, I learned. I'm so grateful for my time there. I learned a lot, and I'm just kind of like proud to come out and say that people, regardless of age, race, anything, anxiety, depression, addiction affect everyone. So I'm here to kind of speak to that and hopefully inspire people to reach out and get help. That if you are suffering, reach out to a loved one or to a specialist and get help, because there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I can speak from experience on that. And so I just want to use my story to hopefully inspire and help others.
You feel like it's rejuvenated you in terms of getting back on the field?
Oh, 100%. I feel like I have my life back. I feel like myself again, and a stronger, better version of myself, that overcoming a lot of demons and difficulties to get to where I am at today. I'm super grateful to my network and community that helped me through this difficult time, and I can't thank them enough for everyone that helped me. And I'm just super happy to be here in LA, the city where I did come to that facility, and so it feels like it's coming full circle, and I'm just super grateful.
Wonderful. Thank you, Chase. Welcome to LA.
Thank you so much.
Next we'll go to Josh.
Hey Chase, there we go. I got my phone unmuted. Welcome to LA. I wanted to ask, how long did this whole process take when you were talking to the LA Galaxy? Was it something that happened relatively quickly, or was there were there plans for this possibly in the weeks ahead? I mean, for me,
It may have been working with my agent behind the scenes for some time, but it was kind of like the last 48 hours. This all really came to fruition for me. So my agent told me, what's today, Thursday? Yeah, so my agent told me Tuesday that there's interest. And then Wednesday morning when I was driving into practice at Minnesota, he said, they're reaching a deal, so it looks like you're heading to LA. So pack your bags. So fortunately, I was lucky enough to go into practice and give my goodbyes to everyone at Minnesota, because I'm so grateful for my time and everyone there. I had an amazing 3.5 years there, and I just want to give a special thanks to all my teammates, coaches, and staff, and especially the fans at Minnesota for my time. And but I'm definitely excited for this next chapter and coming to Los Angeles with such a historic club and such a historic city, and fighting for championships and competing for trophies here, and just grateful for this opportunity and looking forward to making the most of it.
My other question for you: what do you think you bring to the LA Galaxy? Certainly as a left back, and Greg said there was some versatility there with moving you into that position and possibly pushing Raheem Edwards up. And so there seems to be a flow of possibility for you. But what do you think you bring to the team?
I think I bring like a great defensive mindset and grit to the team. I think I'm a pretty physical player and defensively sound, and I'm a defender first, so that's what I really focus on, is not conceding goals and getting shutouts and clean sheets. And then but I do have that ability to attack and get forward and help out in the attack and find a penetrating or through ball. So but primarily as a defender, it's defending first, and that's my main concern.
Thanks, Chase. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next we'll go to Damien.
Hey Chase, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Just wanted the process that you've been on here, the journey. Why did you go check in for the at Cliffside this time? Was it what were like a normal date for you? What were you like going through here?
It was just a long time coming, and I reached my tipping point, and I reached out to loved ones, and after kind of suffering in silence and not telling anyone, because I thought that was the right thing to do and kind of like the tough thing to do. Once I did finally choose to reach out and let others know about what was going on, then we collectively made the decision that it was best to do it then. And I'm extremely grateful for everyone that helped make that decision and helped me out through that really difficult time, because it probably saved my life. And I'm here in Los Angeles loving life and having a great time, and just super excited for what the future has to hold. So I can't echo this theme enough that don't suffer in silence, don't be ashamed of it. It affects everybody, this anxiety, depression, and addiction. Reach out to a loved one, talk it out, and get help from a specialist, or let others know, don't suffer in silence, because there's a light and a hope at the end of that dark, dark tunnel.
Is that support system still around you here in LA?
Oh, 100%. I was fortunate enough to go to Cliffside in Malibu, which is close by. So, me ending up in Los Angeles, it's just, it's incredible. So I still have that great support system up at Cliffside. Made some great connections and contacts with people during my time there. Have great connections and contacts from my time at UCLA, as well as my time in Minnesota. I've made some great friends that, these relationships are going to last the rest of my life. Location doesn't really matter. And then as well as home in the DC area. So, I feel great. I'm super confident and feel very supported by my network and community. And I'm just really grateful to be here and lucky to take advantage of this opportunity that I've been blessed with.
And Greg said you were on the field and training today. What was your first assessment of the guys going through training today?
Yeah, everyone was extremely welcoming. It's always tough walking into a new locker room, being the new guy, and everyone was super friendly and So that makes it easier. And then once the first whistle blows, it's back to business and time to compete. So everyone is out there working their hardest, competing, and these practices are definitely special because the quality of players within this team, and as well as the drive and determination you see in each and every player and coach, it's a perfect recipe for a winning side. So I'm really happy to be here and looking forward to what the future has to hold.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for your time, Chase.
Yeah, thank you guys. Have a great day.
Appreciate it.
Recording in progress.
Las gracias por acompañarnos. Si te sientes cómodo contestando en inglés, adelante. Si no, yo te traduzco. Así que si gustas responder en español, yo traduzco en inglés. Empezamos con la primera pregunta. Scott French will give it to you for the first question.
All right, wonderful. Hi, Douglas. I'm wondering, you've been here for 2 months now, and wondering just what you found in MLS. What kind of challenges you've discovered, things that maybe you weren't expecting, or things that you thought might be different.
No sé qué preguntó.
Douglas, llevas 2 meses en la MLS y preguntarte qué es lo que has vivido, qué son los desafíos que quizás esperabas y cuáles los que quizás no esperabas y lo que estás viviendo en tu entorno ahorita en la MLS.
En realidad este año tengo el desafío de quedarme sano y no mirar el campeonato como MLS o donde estaba yo, en otro equipo, Europa, algo así. Y sí competir con mí mismo, no mirando los desafíos de MLS, porque el campeonato son difíciles en todas las partes del mundo y eso no cambiará. Pero así como yo me pongo este año para intentar ayudar a mi equipo, entonces no se trata de MLS o otro campeonato, y sí de intentar solucionar los problemas que estuve en el pasado y poner el más rápido posible en forma.
His answer. In reality, this year, my main challenge has been to stay healthy, not to compare CMLS against the other leagues I played at, like in Europe. So it's been about competing against myself because the tournament, the league here is difficult. So my goal is to help the team and be the best player I can be. So it hasn't been about comparing MLS to other leagues I've played at.
Not necessarily in terms of comparison, but how would you define this league? What's the makeup of this league? How would you describe this league if you were telling somebody, maybe someone who was interested in coming here, what it's about?
¿Cómo describirías la liga? Si le tuvieras que decir a alguien de qué es lo que se trata, qué es lo que es la MLS, ¿cómo la describirías? ¿Cómo ha sido tu tiempo aquí?
Como lo dije antes, para mí es una liga difícil como las otras. No tengo que dar méritos o tirar méritos de una liga para otra. Para mí, trata de un año, otro año que tengo que entrar a jugar y quedarse, no me importa. Yo no tengo nada que decir de la liga y tampoco tengo que decir de la Bundesliga o de Calcio. Yo no hablo de las ligas, hablo simplemente de mí propio.
Y la pregunta creo que va un poquito más, Douglas, sobre qué es lo que has notado de esta liga en específico, que es más, a lo mejor más...
Yo que estoy queriendo decir es que a mí no tengo cómo dar méritos a una liga u otra, no importa, tipo, no tengo... Yo entendí la pregunta que me está preguntando qué encontré en la liga. Encuentro la dificultad que encuentro en las otras ligas, punto, eso.
Scott, his answer, he's like I said before, I think it's a league that's difficult. It's as difficult as all others. Like, I don't want to get into comparing it to other leagues or giving it, what's the word, méritos. Hold on. Giving it merit or value or more value than other leagues that I've played at. So I didn't want to get into that. It's just more so saying that it is a difficult league that I've played at, but I don't want to make comparisons.
All right, thank you.
We'll go with the next question with Alex Reese.
Hi, Douglas. Good afternoon. In some of the games, you've played out wide and you've moved more centrally as the game's gone on. Is there a place where you feel more comfortable out wide or playing centrally?
Sí,
Entonces,
no.
¿has jugado por los costados, por las bandas, al igual que por más central? ¿Hay alguna posición en la que te sientes más cómodo?
La verdad es que empecé jugando de winger abierto ahí, intentando solucionar algunas cosas y si no me acuerdo, contra el partido contra Nashville, entré jugando más adentro y tuvimos más pose de balón y encontramos jugadas buenas, pero la verdad es que jugué toda mi vida por las bandas, más en esta liga intento jugar donde hay más espacios. Partido pasa partido, veremos que a veces los equipos se ponen más atrás, hay espacio más por dentro y intento jugar por dentro. Y si es un equipo que juega en contraataque, juega más por fuera, entonces tenemos que ver donde hay mejores opciones para jugar.
The truth is I've started playing out wide, but I believe against Nashville is when I started playing more centrally, and I had the ball more, and I had some good plays from that, but my whole life I've played out wide, but in this league I think I've tried to play where there's space, so when the games go on, there's times where teams stay back and defend, and that's when I try to play more centrally and make plays that way. But if the team is playing counter attack, I try to play more on the outside.
My last question, it's going to be a tough game in Austin against a big crowd, against one of the best teams in the league. How are you and the rest of your teammates getting ready for this game on Sunday?
Va a ser un partido difícil en Austin, contra un estadio lleno. ¿Cómo es que se está preparando el equipo para este partido?
Yo creo que una de las cualidades que tenemos acá en la liga es que todos los partidos son prácticamente difíciles, son equilibrados, no hay un equipo que despunta y hace muchos puntos adelante y sabe que vas a ganar antes. Entonces nos preparamos partido a partido como si fuera otro partido difícil nuestro, y ese va a ser igual, va a ser un partido que nos estamos preparando día a día para que cuando llegue el día del partido que estemos listos para hacerlo mejor. Pienso que estamos creciendo poco a poco y encontrándonos en la liga.
I think that one of the qualities we have in MLS is that all games are hard, all games are difficult, a lot of them are very even. There's, even if the team is high in the standings or if the team is lower in the standings, like they're not more superior, it's a very even league. So we prepare game by game, and it's a game we've been prepping for, and we'll be ready to do our best. We're growing as a team and finding ourselves on the field in this league. Any other questions? I think that's all we have for you today. Douglas, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.